Hi everyone, it's Sandy at Bacher Farms, trying to finagle a way for you all to see my video on making, well, I'm making my guava soap cake. So I'm giving this a shot. I'm not sure if you can really make this out, but hope you don't see this like crazy lady with goggles. I look like an alien. So anyway, it's organic. My organic coconut milk. I'm checking my temperature here. I froze it till it was really slushy, a little more than slushy. And I already mixed my lye. And my temperature of my oils, it's a little lower, but it's still a lot, not too far off in temperature. I don't get too crazy at matching them, but I definitely don't want them too crazily. Pasa, porque se ve todo para allá. So we got everything here. I think we can actually mix it. So I'm going to add my oils. And this is a bigger batch than I normally make. Estás en el mismo línea de cámara. So try and get everything out of here as possible. And I'm going to put this back here. Hope you guys are able to see that. And now I'm going to add my lye. It's a little heavier, like I said, than usual. So normally what I try to do is break the entry into the oil so I don't get that many air bubbles, but it's a little heavy for me at this angle. I am a little vertically challenged, so gotta do what I gotta do. So now I'm gonna mix these up a little bit. Don't want to fuss them too much. No, ahí no sale. All right. Now here we have my brand new stick blender that my mom asked Santa for. And we're gonna, sorry if it gets a little loud on you guys. This is what I don't care for, is these bubbles. For those of you who've never soaked before, you see how it looks like the oils are still floating on top of what I just added? So it hasn't combined yet. It's like oil and vinegar in a salad dressing. So you want it to emulsify, and it's getting a little closer. But I always have this little issue with when I put it in with my oil's a little too cold. Whoops. I didn't have this air bubble problem with my last stick blender, which was like $11 8 years ago. It's getting a lot whiter. It's what they call emulsifying. It's all coming closer together. You'll hear a lot of talk about what trace is. Trace is when you lift your blender up and it leaves kind of a trail or trace from where it's been. You know, like Gone Without a Trace. Well, this will have a trace. You know, my favorite milk is sheep milk, because of the nutrients in it and how moisturizing it is. But I'll tell you, coconut milk is so wonderful to work with. It's such a pretty color. So anyway, what I was saying about trace. Some people work at, every soaper you meet will work at a different level of trace. Some folks don't even let it get to trace. This is already starting to get the lightest bit of trace if you really look at it. You see it kind of leaves a a footprint behind. I don't want it to get to a major trace, but as you can see, it's already combined. It's emulsifying already at the edges. You don't see too much of a division. But I don't want it to get too thick because I want to be able to create I'm going to add the colorant and the perfume, and I want it all to not possibly speed up on me. Even though I used this stuff before, this fragrance and everything, I just want to make sure that I don't get too fast. It doesn't get too fast on me. And for those of you who really don't know, like I didn't know, when I mean I don't want it to speed up on me is sometimes different perfumes, fragrances, essential oils will, if they have vanilla, they'll distort your color, and if they are, depending on their formulation, they may speed it up. It'll cause your soap to thicken. See, this is getting thick already. It's just leaving a trail behind it. And I don't want to get too thick, so I'm going to take some out here. Pardon me if I talk too much or if I talk too little. Depends what swing I get into. I'm going to take out some here, and this is going to be for, need to get rid of that. Hold on, guys, got a little issue here. From my tissues. Got an issue from my tissues. How'd that get in? There we go. Got some tissue paper floating around. Okay, so I took 1 cup. This is a very big batch, and I'm making a 5-pound cake. So I'm taking at least 3 cups. Bye, guys. Have fun. Maybe even 4 cups to make my frosting. So if you got to look at that, if you can see what's in the pot, it's not very dark, which is great. So I am not going to put the fragrance in the frosting. I'm going to only do it in the body of the cake so it's not overwhelming. And then, here's my fragrance. I did make note of here's my fragrance. And you'll also hear other soapers say when they prefer to put in the fragrance. Some prefer to put it in a trace. Some put it in earlier. If it's a fragrance you've worked with before and you know how it reacts with your recipe, then you put it in whenever you feel comfortable. So I'm just kind of swishing it around. Again, I don't want it to get thick, and it's already working. Just want to make sure the fragrance is well on its way in there. Color. Okay. Now most recipes, what's going on here? Oh, great. We are having technical difficulties. Where's my scissor? Okay. Hold on. Not good. Okay. Something just kind of... Oh. Sorry guys, looks like my colorant, and I don't know how to pause and recontinue, so bear with me while I take off this cap. I don't know why. So now I'm going to have to use... Sorry, look, now it looks like I gashed myself. Alright, so what we are going to do is have to use one of my handy dandy droppers, which is fine. 1 dropper full. And then I'm going to test it out, mix it around, see what we got. And I am thrilled. That is my guava. Now, that's my frosting over here. I am going to dribble a little of that in here to cause it to create a little bit of a swirl. Nothing fancy, but that's what my intention is. I don't know. I guess you'd have to be a fan of guava. Maybe it's my Cuban roots, but let's just say this is the soap that kicked it all off. And my cousin Maritza wanted it, and I reproduced it, and life was great. So now I'm going to drop this in from real high, so it makes it all the way to the bottom. And it's just going to be a natural swirl. I'm not making it white. The white I'm reserving for the now this, I only wanted it to create a slight swirl. I'm not looking for a crazy swirl. Now I'm going to sorry guys to be off camera. I'm going to flip you over here. I don't know if you all can see this. I'm going to try and, oops. I'm going to pour here. You see a little bit? I'm going to pour this in the mold. What is it with my tissues? Let me see, this is my, hold on guys, where did I go? Bear with me, my first do-it-yourself video, how to soap video. I had to get rid of my swirl, because as I changed the lighting, it looked like it was not the right color for me. Alright, so I'm going to pour this in about almost halfway. The rest of the way will be icing. So we're going to let that sit there. Actually, while you guys are there, I'm going to get a couple other molds while I have them ready, and just real quick, you know, got to work quick with this one. Make some seashells. So that's what I'll be doing here real quick. Sorry you can't see that. I don't want to move this pot around. So I'm just pouring in my sea life molds. Just some more seashells. And then I'm going to be doing some tarts with this leftover soap batter. I think guava is a great color for we forgot one. So I really wish I knew how to pause, guys. My apologies. I'll get there one day. Sorry to keep you all hanging there. So, anyway, I'm sure once I get a tripod and I get accustomed to talking and explaining about what it is that I'm doing, these little videos of mine will get a little better. I hope. So I hope you guys bear with me. I hope to have a video soon of the farm and the animals so you can all see where our milk comes from when we use our handy dandy sheep milk. I can't wait to do that one for you all. You can never have enough extra molds standing by. You guys are going to kill me. I don't even know if you can see me pouring those, but I'm just pouring some extra cupcakes, and I really do apologize for not being over there. Where's my other molds? I'm like crazy lady over here, you know? But that's what happens. So a few of you who have recently subscribed to my channel on YouTube, not only do I say thank you, but it has been such a privilege and so much fun to watch your videos. Some of you are just so talented, so amazing, and so gosh darn funny, I can't even take it. I really have enjoyed watching all of you. So thanks so much for... Is this already setting up? It's already setting up, so I'm not going to pour that little bitty bit that I have left. Normally I don't let it run out on me, but here we go. Let's see where we are. Okay, these are my crazy leftover molds that I'm going to move out of the way here. Alright, now we're going to make our icing. So I'm going to scoop my little dollar store bucket over here. And this is titanium dioxide. It's a natural mineral that helps to whiten your soap batter. I can't reach in there. It should be about a teaspoon per pound of soap. Sorry about that screech. I'm just doing a really little bit here because my batter is pretty white. Here's my old stick blender. I don't know. Oh, it's getting nice and thick. I don't know if you guys can see that. It is getting a little white. Oh, I can't use that. It does not have to be very white. I mean, very much for it to turn white. I love it when it goes white. Now, this is trace. For those of you who I was trying to explain before, you see how it'll kind of leave a little lump where you dripped it like that? That's full trace. I need it to get even thicker than that now in order to ice the top. So I feel really bad that I can't pause because normally, like the rest of you folks who know what you're doing when it comes to videos, you would stop it and come back when your frosting is ready. Again, just to add a little something for those of you, this is how I learned. A cup. It's cold? Okay. Abby's outside. It's cold. Okay. So I have a plastic Solo. Shall I sing the song? It's not red though. It's green. Put one of those disposable Wilton bags, icing bags, and I have a tip in there. And I'm not sure what number that one is, but it's the one with all the little jagged edges. I should probably see if I can show that to you since, yeah, it's a Wilton 21, I want to say. But that's what it is. If you guys can see that. I don't know if that's out of your... So it's not huge. For this cake, I would wanted to do roses. It was requested of me, and it was challenged. It was put as a challenge. But unfortunately, although I like a good challenge, I wanted to do those roses, but not at the expense of a good product. So I've been practicing, and it's not working out. So once I get perfected, I promise you a rose, Ozzy, and I promise your mother some roses. So I'm trying to get this to set up. Sometimes, like I said earlier, depends on what you put in it. Your fragrances, your colorants, or even titanium dioxide may or may not cause it to set up faster, thicken, to trace faster. I had one batch one time that really crazy, what they call seized. It was just solid. It was no good, she no work. But I rebatched her and life was good again. But so things like that alter what you're doing there. So I'm going to rinse this. And now I'm going to show you my consistency here is great if you're making pancakes. You want it a little thicker. You want it like buttercream. And this isn't going to work. So I'm thinking I might just have to do 2 videos. We'll end it here. And once we're done, once this is all ready to ice and frost, maybe I'll turn the camera back on so you guys can see that. Okay? Alrighty guys. Thank you. I'll see you in a bit for part 2 of the guava cake.